forecast with Mid-Michigan's only live radar. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bryan Bachman.
All right, a very good Thursday evening to you, everyone. While we do have some rain and snow showers working their way through this evening, we've got a much bigger winter storm on tap as we roll ahead to the weekend. A lot of ground to cover, so let's dive right in here tonight. Starting you off with the First Warn 5 pinpoint Doppler radar. Live from MBS, you can see most of the snow shower activity still continuing to come down along M55, anywhere from Houghton Lake and honestly as far south as Clare and Gladwin, all the way to Harrisville and Oscoda. This will increasingly trend toward a blend of snow, freezing drizzle, and then eventually rain over the next few hours as our temperatures warm, and then any leftover precipitation beyond, say, 9 and 10 o'clock will come down exclusively as rain as temps get into the 40s as we head into the overnight period. But then again, we got a much bigger mess coming in for the weekend. Big picture now on the First Warn 5 Sky Tracker. Today's weather, courtesy of an area of low pressure and this warm frontal boundary that you see draping across the Ohio Valley. That whole system is going to work its way north and eastward during the rest of this evening and overnight, warming our temperatures and turning any leftover precipitation over to the rain category. But then we're more concerned about this area of low pressure emerging into the Texas Panhandle here tonight as that cuts off of the Rockies, taps into some moisture and warmth off of the Gulf of Mexico tomorrow. It's going to strengthen and then work its way northeastward straight toward the Great Lakes as we look ahead to tomorrow night and Saturday. So let's take you forward in time, hour by hour forecast. We go to 8 o'clock, leftover plain rain showers for most of us at that hour. Possibility of some leftover mixing along M55, but a quick changeover shortly thereafter. Then as we head throughout our Friday, good advice to at least keep the umbrella on standby. We're not looking at major rain, but you see here from 8 o'clock on into the 1 p.m. hour and even on into tomorrow evening, we'll have this smattering of very light nuisance type showers for a good chunk of the day. Then things quickly go downhill as we head on into tomorrow night. The first wave of steadier rain associated with that stronger weekend storm rolls in around midnight tomorrow night, possibly some mixing around Houghton Lake and Clare at that time. Then as colder air begins to seep in, we change over to snow along M55 by first thing Saturday morning at 8 a.m. But what's more concerning is this big swath of pink. That's where we're going to have the greatest potential for a blend of freezing rain, sleet, and even some snow with more of a lean toward rain closer to I-69. But what's even more concerning on top of that is you notice by the time we hit noon, 4 p.m., and even taking this out as far as 8 p.m. on Saturday, that mixing zone really doesn't go much of anywhere. It doesn't weaken. So we're looking at several sustained hours of that blend of freezing rain, sleet, again, more of a lean with heavier rain, plain rain that is, closer to I-69, and then more of that snow farther to the north. So most concerningly of all is the threat of potential ice buildup. We're looking at a tenth to as much as a half an inch of total ice accumulation across most of the region that will easily lead to widespread and potentially long-lasting power outages in addition to very dangerous travel. As far as snow is concerned, an inch or less where we get more rain and mixing south of the Tri-Cities. Tri-Cities towards, say, Mount Pleasant and Alma, 1 to 3 inches of snow, 3 to 6 with some locally higher amounts north and west of the Bay, and potentially 6 plus north of there. And then, of course, more concerningly with the flooding farther south, 2.5 to as much as 4 inches of rainfall from this system tomorrow night into Saturday night for areas south and east of the Tri-Cities, meaning flooding very likely in those areas. 42 is your overnight low for tonight. Partly to mostly cloudy skies and staying relatively quiet for the time being. And in your First Warn 5 7-day forecast, we go to 45 tomorrow with scattered afternoon showers and then the wintry mess on Saturday. David and Meg.